Hello and welcome. Today I am talking to you about migraines. I decided that, it was just something that as I was seeing patients, it just kept coming up and coming up and coming up. And so I figured, why not talk to you guys about migraines and headaches, because they are extremely prevalent. And I'm sure you notice it. You probably fill a lot of prescriptions for migraines. You probably have a lot of people buying Tylenol and ibuprofen for migraines. And if you're looking for a little bit of a more holistic approach, if you're looking for more of a functional approach to provide for your local community and your patients as independent pharmacies, then I think maybe honing in on some different disease states and ailments that you're seeing on a regular basis is a really good way to start trickling in some more natural approaches to help your patients. So today we're going to talk about migraines. I'm going to just use the word migraines, but we're talking about all kinds of headaches. There's vast amount of variations when it comes to the types of headaches that people have. But in a functional, and everything I'm going to be talking about today is more of a functional approach. So what is a headache? It's just inflammation. Let's just keep it nice and simple. People are having headaches because there's some type of inflammation going on. So you can target it in that sort of way. But I'm just going to give you the top three ways to target migraines in patients that are coming to you. Maybe they're just coming to pick up their sumatriptan. Maybe they're just coming to pick up something else and they mention that they have headaches, or whatever the case may be. Let's start that conversation about how you can help assist them in trying to reduce the number of headaches that they're having per week or per month or per 2 months, however often it is, because we shouldn't be having headaches. We shouldn't be having migraines. It could be due to allergies, so we could dive into allergies at a different time, but I'm going to go into 3 other ways that year-round you can start talking to your patients about so that they can maybe target their headaches in a little bit of a more natural way. So the 3 ways, I'm going to tell you exactly what the 3 ways are, and then I'm going to go into just a little bit of detail, but I'm going to keep this video nice and short. So the 3 ways are this. It might be a food sensitivity issue, so you want to dive into food sensitivities. The second way is dehydration, and the third way is magnesium insufficiency. So those are the top three things that you can target when you have people coming in and you want to start to have a little bit of a dialogue about migraines. And I probably could do a whole half hour to an hour on a multitude of different ways, but I really think in my clinical experience that if you were to address these 3 things in people, that you would probably see results 8 out of 10 times, if not 9 out of 10 times. And if you were to address all 3 of those things, I would wager to guess that a lot of your patients would see relief in their migraines. So first thing, just when it comes to migraines, my number 1 question is how often are you having them? And I want a number. If you have a place, like maybe you're doing e-care plans, or maybe you have other software that you're using. If you have a place where you can document this so you have something to refer back to, especially if you're going to follow up with these people, then I want a number. I want to know, how many migraines are you having? Is it per week? Is it per month? Is it with your cycle? Is it not with your cycle? That's another good question, but we're really not going to go into hormonal migraines right this second. But really, I want a number. I want to put a number with that. So if somebody's having 1 migraine a week, that's what I want to know, because I want to know where we're starting. And then the second question is, what is the severity on average? Even if they say, oh, well, sometimes it's not that bad and sometimes it's terrible, I have to call out of work. Just give me an average number. Like if you could just give me an average number on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most severe, you might be throwing up, you might not be able to function. Maybe you have to take your kids and somebody else is having to watch your kids. You're literally incapacitated. Maybe you have to go to the hospital. Maybe you have to lay in bed all day, again, calling out of work. Like, that's what I would consider a 10. So, number 1, how many are you having per whatever time frame, week, month, day, whatever you want to make it. Second is, what's the severity on average that you would rate your migraines? Because the thing that we're going to do is, if we're following up with these patients, or if we start to have a conversation, maybe 2 months, they come back in, they're like, hey, thanks so much, I feel like my migraines are better. You might be able to go back into your notes and see exactly maybe how much better they are. And then you can kind of use that for other things. So you have your two numbers. You have the frequency of that person's migraines. You have the severity of that person's migraines. Now, what are we going to do about it? And I already told you the three things. Let's target one of these three, if not all three. So food sensitivities. Food sensitivities are a very, very large reason as to why people are having headaches and migraines. If you're not of the belief that food sensitivities are a real thing, I promise you that they are. And then if you're thinking to yourself, okay, food sensitivities, I could just tell my patients to eliminate certain foods, make sure that you're telling them to eliminate them entirely. That's number one. And number two, for a long enough amount of time. So you want to make sure that they're eliminating them for a solid 3 months. Now, I will tell you, when people are having headaches and they are from a food sensitivity, most frequently I do see pretty quick results. They'll notice a reduction in severity of their migraines pretty quickly. But ideally, when you're dealing with food sensitivities in general, regardless of if it's migraine, if it's causing migraines or other issues, in order to see if that particular food is causing the issue, you do want to take it out of the diet entirely, and also for 3 months minimum. Most common foods, if you're going to target just one or two, gluten and dairy. We can go again into a whole other conversation about why this is even happening. But gluten and dairy, I will tell you, I see incredible results when people actually start to eliminate those foods. Again, regardless of whether they're suffering with migraines or something else. So, but the top 7 food sensitivity, the top 7 foods that are causing food sensitivities are these: gluten, dairy, eggs, soy, peanuts, and nightshades. Those are the, corn. I missed one. I knew I missed one. Those are the 7 most common foods that tend to cause food sensitivities and then end up resulting in some type of health concern or symptom that somebody is having. So, but if I'm gonna choose one or two, I'm going gluten and dairy first without a food sensitivity test. So you might be thinking to yourself, yay, I'm going to help my patients and tell them to start eliminating foods. And then there might be some other owners out there that are wondering, okay, that's great, but how is that helping my bottom line? So how that helps your bottom line is you can then start to offer food sensitivity panels to your patients. 2 companies to look into, in my personal opinion, and the what I use and the research that I've done, is the first company is KBMO. The second company is Vibrant Wellness. Again, I have no affiliation with anything that I tell you guys about. So those are the 2 companies that I would look into. What I like about Vibrant Wellness is that they also offer something called Food Zoomers, which is a more in-depth look at a specific set of food sensitivities. So we're not going to talk about that today, but you could start offering your local community and your patients food sensitivity panels if they want to see exactly what is most likely causing their issues. Second is dehydration and lack of water. We all should be getting at least 64 ounces of water. I know it's not a sexy topic. Everybody always says to drink more water. I get that. But we do really need at least 64 ounces of water regardless of body weight. Now, if you want to get a little bit more technical, you should be telling your patients you should be drinking half your weight in ounces. So if you have a 150-pound person, they should be technically drinking 75 ounces of water per day. How we can help with headaches even further than drink more water is maybe you offer them an electrolyte powder to go ahead and start incorporating into their day. Stress reduces electrolytes, diseases and illnesses, and our body just being unhealthy, reduces our electrolyte balance, and that in and of itself also impacts headaches. So that's number 2. Number 3, and the last one we'll talk about today, is magnesium insufficiency. It is very rarely even found in our soil, and that's exactly where our magnesium comes from. So if our soil is depleted of magnesium, it's not getting into our food. We're not eating as much healthy food as we used to. And so not only is our soil depleted, but given all the fast food chains and the standard American diet, the likelihood of a bunch of fruits and vegetables being incorporated into someone's daily nutritional habits is going to be pretty slim. So another knock at their magnesium level. And then we take all of these different medications, PPIs, and God knows what else, that also further reduce our magnesium levels. So magnesium insufficiency. And so what can we do about that? We can start helping our patients pick good quality magnesium supplementation, and I'm going to keep it, again, nice and simple. There are really 3 main products that I go to. First one, Magnesium Citrate. If this person is also not having a daily bowel movement, if you want to get into a little bit more detail with them, go with Magnesium Citrate. If this person is already having daily bowel movements and you do not want to stimulate bowel movement because you don't want to cause diarrhea or increase any of that from happening, then stay away from magnesium citrate supplements and do magnesium glycinate. That's a really great product, very well tolerated in a lot of people. I love pure encapsulations for all of these. And then the third one is a product called Migraine. It is a different salt form of magnesium, and it actually is thought to cross the blood-brain barrier. So you might notice that if simply supplementing with magnesium isn't necessarily helping, you might need a different salt form that's actually going to cross that blood-brain barrier and help target those headaches. So like I said, I was going to keep it short today. We're less than 15 minutes, so I am going to end it right there. I hope you found it very helpful. I hope you can start to incorporate some of this into your independent pharmacy if you're not doing that already. And if you have any questions, you know where to ask. I am Kristin Talent, and I hope you found this beneficial. I hope you have a good day.